nabisita mo na ang Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka, or kahit hindi pa pero naghahanap ka ng less crowded destinations, consider Japan's other equally wonderful regions. Isa sa mga yan ay ang Kyushu, composed of 7 distinct prefectures, each with its own set of breathtaking attractions. Pero, posible bang mabisita ang lahat ng 7 na yan in just 5 days? Ang sagot dyan ay oo. And in this video, we'll show you how we've done it. Hey there, Tipiter! We are Vince and Yosh. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet for more travel videos, especially about Japan. Our 20th trip to the land of the rising sun led us back to Kyushu, isa sa mga main islands ng Japan, bursting at the seams with diverse attractions including majestic volcanoes, steaming hot springs, subtropical coastlines, and mouth-watering cuisine. And yung best part, pwede mong mabisita ang 7 yan conveniently thanks to its impressive railway system and a cost-efficient pass, ang JR Kyushu Rail Pass. Kung nagbabalak kang mag-travel sa multiple destinations throughout Kyushu, make sure na meron ka nitong JR Kyushu Rail Pass bago ka lumipad pa Japan. May 3 klase ito, yung Northern Kyushu na available in 3 days and 5 days, Southern Kyushu available in 3 days lang, and All Kyushu na may 3 days, 5 days, and 7-day variants. Kung kasama sa plano mo ang Miyazaki and Kagoshima prefectures, then ang kailangan mo ay All Kyushu variant. This pass will grant you access to local trains, limited express trains, Kyushu Shinkansen, yung Hakata Kagoshima Chuo segment, and Nishi Kyushu Shinkansen, yung Takeo Onsen to Nagasaki segment naman. For more information about these passes, check nyo lang yung website na to. Ilalagay din namin yung link na to sa description. Upon arrival at the airport, ipagpalit nyo na yung online voucher na makukuha nyo when you book with the actual pass.
Paglabas mo ng customs, turn left ka lang at makikita mo na yung JR Kyushu counter.
Yung counter na to is open from 9 AM to 5 PM lang. So kung yung arrival time mo is outside these operating hours, you can claim your pass at Hakata Station instead. Fukuoka ang primary gateway to Kyushu Island. Kung sa Pilipinas ka manggagaling, the most budget-friendly flights ay ino-offer ng Cebu Pacific, which flies directly from Manila to Fukuoka daily. Ang ginagamit nilang eroplano ay yung brand new A321neo nila, and yung pinakahuling flight namin, sobrang delightful naman yung experience. When booking with Cebu Pacific, you'll be presented with 3 options: Go Basic, Go Easy, and Go Flexi. Yung Go Easy and Go Flexi, they come with seat selection and check-in baggage allowance na. Pero kung sa tingin nyo may chance na magbago pa yung mga plano nyo, go with Go Flexi para pwede nyong ma-convert to travel fund and makabook kayo ulit ng another flight. We've been flying with Cebu Pacific to Fukuoka for years now and lagi namang maayos yung experience namin. But it's only on our most recent trip na natry namin yung in-flight meals nila. Yung beef adobo and chicken char siu nila, sobrang impressive, masarap talaga, and perfect sa Pinoy na panglasa. To book with Cebu Pacific, just visit this link. From the airport, you can take the bus or pwede rin kayong mag-cab na lang papunta sa hotel nyo. Yung kagandahan kasi ng airport sa Fukuoka, nasa city center mismo yung airport. Then spend the night enjoying exactly what this city is known for: food. Fukuoka is where Japan's obsession with tonkotsu or pork bone ramen began. Pero what sets it apart from other cities sa Japan ay yung rare na street food culture nila. While most of the country leans toward yung proper sit-down dining, Fukuoka keeps things casual and lively with its iconic yatai. Ito yung mga open-air food stalls na nasa mga tabi-tabi at nagbubukas after sundown. Dito nagpupunta yung mga locals after work para kumain and uminom. You can also try other ramen spots in the city like Shinshin, Hakata Iso Honten, and Canal City's Ramen Stadium. Tapos, call it a night na because you're gonna be starting your day early tomorrow. Saan okay magstay sa Fukuoka? Dahil pang ilang stay na namin to and dati lagi kaming budget. This time around, nagstay kami sa The Blossom Hakata Premier. It's a stylish hotel situated just a 7-minute walk from the station. And okay ito na base to explore the city kasi nasa pagitan ito ng Hakata Station and Nakasu River. It features 238 rooms designed with traditional Hakata textiles and modern comforts. Yung attention to detail here, sobrang thoughtful. Sa ilang rooms nila on selected floors, yung bathtub nila na Japanese style ay gawa sa Towada Stone, a rare volcanic ash rock found exclusively sa Mount Yakushimori sa Akita Prefecture. It gave us a feeling na para kaming nasa onsen, even though nasa hotel room lang naman. And since we stayed in a Hakata Premium King room, we also enjoyed the mist shower na may relaxing effect. Guests can also indulge at its restaurant serving Kyushu-inspired dishes made from local ingredients and complimentary men's and women's baths, including sauna with Fukuoka cultural themes, and meron din silang fitness room. Today, ang unang destination natin is Yufuin Onsen sa neighboring Oita Prefecture. But before you get too excited about where you're going, you should also consider how you're getting there. In style, preferably. You see, JR Kyushu has some of the most beautiful trains in Japan. And isa na dyan ay ang Yufuin no Mori, a special forest-themed nostalgia-filled train na magdadala sa'yo sa Yufuin. It connects Hakata Station to Yufuin and Beppu sa Oita. Since its debut in 1989, yung train na to has attracted countless travelers dahil na rin sa elegant design and immersive travel experience. Kahit ako, na-fascinate din talaga ako dito, lalo na kasi merong steampunk anime vibe to eh. Tapos sa loob, meron itong warm na wooden motif, creating a natural and inviting atmosphere. It is also equipped with window-facing seats for optimal sightseeing. And ang highlight dito ay yung regional specialties, tulad ng bento boxes na crafted by local chefs, and yung mga renowned sweets and desserts, tulad nitong kabosu ice cream. Yung kabosu, it's a type of citrus fruit, similar to calamansi pero less maasim. And first time ko itong matry dito, ang sarap pala. Sobrang tuwang-tuwa ako dito sa kabosu sorbet nila. From Yufuin Station, travel on foot to Yuno-Chubo. Ito yung main street ng Yufuin Onsen, lined with cozy cafes, playful attractions, and boutique shops selling everything from handmade sweets to whimsical souvenirs. Ito yung lugar na pwede kang magpa-libot-libot lang kahit wala kang plano and still end up na punong-puno yung camera roll mo and meron kang bit-bit na mga kung anik-anik. Some standout stops include Yufuin Floral Village, a themed attraction inspired by European countryside. Meron nga ditong isang corner na dedicated kay Heidi in the Alps. Alam niyo ba yon? Yung Heidi, pawis ka ng kaburukan. Yan, naalala ko yung kabataan ko. Kabataan! Isa pang worthy stop dito ay yung Yufuin Showa Museum. It's a retro-themed attraction na nire-recreate yung life in Japan during the Showa era, especially noong 50s and 60s. It features over 20 evocative exhibits, including old-school classrooms, candy shops, and vintage electronics that visitors can interact with, making it a fun, immersive throwback experience. And kapag tapos ka na dyan, follow the signs and eventually mararating mo rin yung Lake Kinrin. Ito yung highlight ng any visit dito sa Yufuin. It's a small, tranquil pond often veiled in mist, formed kapag nagmi-meet yung hot spring at yung cold spring. Its still, glassy surface reflects the surrounding landscape like a painting. Tapos, minsan may mga golden-hued fish pa na nag-glide tapos enter sa frame, ganyan. Very picturesque. Yung glowing illusion na to at sunset, ang nakapag-earn sa lake na to ng name na Kinrin, meaning golden scale. Ito na yung second time na pag-visit namin. Yung first time namin, autumn, and sobrang magical nun. Yung mga puno, talagang crimson and amber. Tapos, pwede kang mag-pause sa isa sa mga pedestrian bridges. Tapos, photo-photo ka dyan. It's the perfect spot to take in the view. After this, walk back to Yufuin Station and catch another train Sa case namin, ito yung Youfu Limited Express to one of Japan's most iconic hot spring destinations, Beppu. Beppu is famous for every kind of onsen experience na may imagine mo. Pero yung pinaka-dinarayo dito ay yung tinatawag na Hells of Beppu. It's a collection of hot springs that are meant for viewing and hindi ka pwede magloblob. In Japan, yung mga dramatic na geothermal spots ay tinatawag na Jigoku or kapag translate mo literally, hell. Hindi dahil nakakatakot sila pero dahil sa boiling waters and yung rising steam. Parang may otherworldly colors din kasi yung mga springs dito, giving it an intense, almost supernatural vibe. Pwede mong ibisita yung mga to on a self-guided tour or pwede ka rin mag-join ng sightseeing group para ma-visit mo silang lahat in one go. Nagawa na namin to dati. And while you're exploring, don't miss out on the local specialty. Ito yung tinatawag na Jigoku Mushi or Hell-steamed dishes. Yung pudding yung pinaka-favorite dito. Malambot, manamis-namis, and niluto ito sa natural steam na nanggagaling doon sa hot springs. Pero if you'd rather relax, go to Takegawara Onsen instead. Established in 1879, it is renowned for its distinctive karahafu or curved gable roof na inad noong 1938 renovation. Pero more than the architecture, ang pinupuntahan talaga dito ay yung unique bathing experience. Pwede kang pumili between yung traditional hot spring bath and yung rare sand bath or sunayu. Sa sand bath, yung guests nila binabaon up to the neck sa natural heated sand nila, promoting relaxation and detoxification sa katawan. You can spend the night here in Beppu if you so wish, but you can also proceed to Oita City tulad namin para mas madali yung magiging ganap the next morning. Dito sa Oita City, stay at JR Kyushu Hotel Blossom Oita, which offers an excellent stay right next to JR Oita Station. As in, 1-minute walk lang mula sa ticket gates, nandun ka na. Yung lahat ng rooms nila ay nasa 9th floor pataas. Kaya naman, maganda yung mga view nito ng Oita City and even yung mga mountains sa malayo and yung Beppu Bay sa horizon. Sobrang gorgeous nito lalo na pag sunset. It blends modern comfort with Japanese styles using wood, fostering a warm, homey ambience. And yung highlight nito talaga ay yung rooftop hot spring na City Spa Tenku, where guests can enjoy even more stellar panoramic views of the city. Meron din silang open-air onsen, a full-fledged sauna, and a healing spa, which you can experience for an additional fee. All these will give you a luxurious, rejuvenating, and healing time, especially after a full day of sightseeing. Meron din silang on-site restaurant which features seasonal Japanese cuisine with a tranquil vista of a peaceful garden. Its convenient location makes it an excellent base for exploring Oita and the surrounding areas. And yung mga guests na merong JR Kyushu Rail Pass can also enjoy special preferred rates dito sa hotel na to. To avail of this benefit, reservations must be made by phone and the pass must be presented at check-in. Please note na yung special rates are subject to availability and pwedeng magbago depende sa date. Sa Oita Station, nag-board kami ng Limited Express Sonic 3 train papunta sa Nobioka Station in Miyazaki Prefecture. Ang travel time, 2 hours, roughly. Tapos nag-bus kami papuntang Takachiho Bus Center, where we caught another bus to Iwato Bus Stop, which is just beside our first destination for the day. Ang Miyazaki Prefecture is one of the most underrated gems ng Kyushu. Dito, bukod sa dramatic coastlines and lush mountains, meron din silang deep-rooted mythology. And it is most evident dito sa Amano Iwato Shrine, dedicated to that very cave na sinasabi nila na pinagtaguan ni Amaterasu dati. Ito yung Amano Yasukawara. The shrine complex is tucked away in a serene forest by the river, kaya naman may pagka-mysterious yung dating, pero sacred. To get here, bababa ka sa gorge tapos magko-cross ka ng river dito sa bridge na to na cute. The shrine is often visited during the early morning or late afternoon when the light filters through the trees. Meron din mga seasonal festivals dito na sineselebrate yung myth and legend na related kay Amaterasu. Keep an eye on your watch kasi you'll need to catch the next bus back to Takachiho bus stop. And from here, pwede kang maglakad or mag-cab papunta sa lunch stop natin. This is a historic restaurant located at the entrance ng Takachiho Gorge. Established ito noong 1955 and sinasabing birthplace ito ng Nagashi Somen. Dito, kakaiba yung dining experience kasi yung mga kumakain, hinuhuli nila yung somen noodles habang inaagos ito ng cold spring water pababa sa bamboo shoot na ito. Itong method na to was inspired by the traditional practice of cooling boiled noodles in fresh waters of nearby Tamatare Falls. Tapos, pagkakuha mo sa noodles, ididip mo siya sa very flavorful na shiitake mushroom-based broth. Ang sarap guys. And sobrang fun. But don't worry, yung mga hindi mo makukuha, hindi mo masasalo, sa dulo, i-collect naman siya ng isang strainer bowl, tapos pwede mo pa rin kainin para walang nasasayang. Once you're full and happy, it's time for the main event. A visit to Takachiho Gorge is like stepping into a living painting. Itong makitid na 7 kilometer na volcanic canyon na to was carved out by the Gokase River, cutting through layers of basalt rock, creating dramatic cliffs that soar 80 meters high on either side. Kaya naman sobrang ganda talaga. Lalo na dito sa may Manai Falls na 17 meters yung taas, na nagsispill down into emerald green waters below. Tingnan nyo naman. Ang ganda, di ba? You can take in the vista from various lookout points along the cliffside or pwede rin sa bridge, pero ang sinasuggest namin ay mag-rent na rin kayo ng rowboat and mag-paddle along the river. Madali lang naman siya kasi very kalmado yung tubig and pwede kayong lumapit dun sa cliffs and sa waterfall. It is recommended that you reserve online before your visit para mag-guarantee yung slot kasi otherwise, baka maubusan. Meron namang same-day tickets pero according sa staff na nakausap namin, madalas 10 a.m. pa lang or 11 a.m. ubus na, sold out na. Once done, make your way back to Takachiho Bus Center. Pwede mong lakarin kung may energy ka pa pero tandaan na medyo uphill to. Kung ayaw mo na maglakad, pwede ka namang mag-taxi. Yun lang yung dalawang options. Sa Takachiho Bus Center, magbabus ka ulit papunta sa Takamori Station where you'll transfer to Minami Aso Railway to Tateno Station naman. Then you'll be switching trains again to Aso Station. And by now, nasa Kumamoto Prefecture na tayo. Spend the night at a hotel in this area. And one hotel to consider is itong Fairfield by Marriott Kumamoto Aso, which offers modern accommodations just right in front of Aso Station. Kaya napaka-convenient talaga. Meron itong 93 well-appointed rooms, each equipped with Simmons bed, rain showers, free Wi-Fi, and essential amenities such as mini fridges and electric kettles. Wala silang on-site restaurant, pero you can enjoy complimentary coffee and tea in the 24-hour lobby lounge. Meron din silang microwave, oven toaster, and may vending machines din. A reservation-only breakfast box featuring local ingredients is also available. And within walking distance din from here yung mga izakaya and convenience stores. So hindi ka naman magugutom. With its blend of comfort, convenience, and access to local attractions, this hotel is an excellent choice for visitors to the area. Rise and shine because we'll be taking on 2 main destinations today, starting with Kusa Senri in Kumamoto Prefecture. Itong Kusa Senri ay sweeping grassland sa slope ng Mount Aso. Bahagi ito ng Aso-Kuju National Park which surrounds one of the world's largest active volcanic calderas, yung Aso Caldera. This plateau sits right next to Mount Nakadake na active volcano din. From Kusa Senri, you get a perfect view of the smoking crater, creating a striking contrast between lush nature and raw geological power. Meron ding museum, cafe, and observatory nearby. Yung Aso Caldera, very vibrant and very green sa spring and summer kasi yung grass, binabalot niya most ng ground. And itong grass na to, yung nagsusustain sa napaka-precious na akaushi, which literally means red cow in Japanese. Itong breed na to ng Japanese brown cattle ay very sought after ito for its high-quality beef with balanced marbling. Isa ito sa 4 na main Wagyu breeds sa Japan. Sa autumn, yung area naman turns golden brown. Nakita na rin namin to ng autumn and pareho namang maganda and breathtaking. Yung last time, sa Daikanbo area kami, sa opposite side of the ridge. The Limited Express Asoboy is a quirky and fun sightseeing train connecting Kumamoto and Miyagi via the scenic landscapes of Mount Aso. Dinesign ito with families in mind. Kaya naman, it offers a unique travel experience that combines comfort, entertainment, and breathtaking views. Very child-friendly din. Yung Car 3 has parent-child seating arrangement na magkatabi. There's also a play area para sa mga bata and meron ding mini library. The cafe on board, pinangalan ito sa official mascot nila which is a black dog named Kuro. Both ends of the train feature large windows providing passengers with a great view of the surrounding landscapes. Ito yung second time na namin na itry yung train na to, pero this time, we were lucky kasi nakuha namin yung front row seats. And ang sarap din ng pagkain dito, lalo na itong Akaushi Beef Bento. After terminating at Kumamoto Station, switch to a Shinkansen or bullet train bound for Kagoshima Chuo Station. Yes, yung mga bullet trains ay operated din by JR Kyushu. And papunta na tayo ngayon sa Kagoshima Prefecture. Sa Kagoshima Chuo Station, transfer to a local train on the JR Nippo main line going to the newly inaugurated Senganen Station. Opened only in March 2025. Pagkababa namin, nakuha agad yung atensyon namin ng neighboring Mount Sakurajima. Yes, mula sa platform, kitang-kita mo na kaagad yung isa sa pinaka-active na bulkan sa Japan as well as yung Kinko Bay.
Sa likod ko, ayan, ang Sakurajima. Active siya ngayon. And yesterday daw, kakailap lang niya. And ito, nagpapausok pa rin siya. Active na active.
Demonstrating the grandeur and power of nature. Across the street, just a short walk away, makikita mo na yung Senganen, a celebrated and historic seaside garden and villa complex built in 1658 by Shimatsu Mitsuhisa, a powerful daimyo and the 19th head of the Shimatsu family, who reigned over part of Kyushu for around 700 years. Ang laki nito, 50,000 square meters, and meron ditong ponds, bamboo groves, shrines, and pathways that artfully incorporate the majestic Sakurajima as natural backdrop. Pero yung pinaka-gitna nito is yung tinatawag na The House or Iso Residence, originally built noong 1658, blending Japanese and Chinese culture. Inside, visitors can explore preserved rooms that once hosted dignitaries, including royalty and diplomats, reflecting the clan's wealth and cultural connections. Pinaka-nagustuhan namin dito yung Chubo Niwa nila or yung traditional courtyard na merong maliit na pond sa gitna. Sobrang nakaka-relax tingnan. And from many of its porches, we got a good look at the Sakurajima dominating the view. The residence isn't the only building na pwedeng mabisita rito. Makikita mo rin dito yung Kagoshima World Cultural Heritage Orientation Center na nagnanarrate ang history of the site kasama na yung katabing ruins ng Cannon Factory. It played such a big role sa Japan's shipbuilding, iron casting, and the Meiji Industrial Revolution as a whole, na inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site lang naman. A faithful model of one of the factories at its peak is showcased inside. And habang tinitingnan mo yung model sa loob, nakikita mo rin yung actual site sa labas. If you want to learn more about the history here, we recommend that you visit the History Museum Shoko Shuseikan, which is katabi lang. But the highlight of our visit was our first attempt at Kyudo or traditional archery ng Japan. Yes, dito pwede mong matutunan yung mga basics nito at a guided session. And for every session, bibigyan ka nila ng 5 arrows and yung goal mo is ma-hit yung target sa kabilang end of the room. It's similar to the archery na alam na natin, pero para sa akin, mas challenging to. Yung key difference is the stance. Instead of nakatayo, nakaluhod ka, yung, alam niyo yung traditional na Japanese na luhod. Tapos medyo slightly twisted lang yung katawan para i-face yung target. It took some getting used to, but we were able to hit the target with our first few arrows. Kaya naman, sobrang saya. After stretching our arm and shoulder muscles Legolas style, head back to Kagoshima Chuo Station. And dito, mag-decide ka kung saan mo gusto pumunta and spend yung gabi mo. Pwedeng magstay ka na lang sa Kagoshima City and pwede ka ring lumipat sa Kumamoto City. You can even turn around and head back all the way to Fukuoka City if yun yung bet mo. Ang day 4 natin is all about Nagasaki, one of my favorite cities in Kyushu and Japan as a whole. Sobrang unique nito and talagang kakaiba kumpara sa ibang cities sa Japan, mainly because of its complicated history. It's the only city in Japan that remained open to foreigners when the country was in isolation. Western and Chinese influences seep deep into its heritage in the most unexpected and poignant ways. We've also learned about it in grade school as isa sa dalawang city na na-devastate nung World War II. But today, Nagasaki is a place of quiet beauty and cultural depth, with charming European-style architecture, peaceful churches, and the reflective spirit that lingers in its museums and memorials. Para sa mga Pinoy tulad natin, especially sa mga Katoliko, you'll find a stronger connection here than any other city in Japan kasi dito, the life of San Lorenzo Ruiz, ang kauna-unahang Filipino saint, is showcased in many of its corners. If you're coming from Hakata Station or Takeo Onsen Station, you can hop onto a limited express Kamome train to Nagasaki Station and start walking around. Sa umaga, lakad-lakad ka lang sa city center and marami ka nang matututunan sa history and culture ng Nagasaki. Isa sa mga sites na pwede mo mabisita on foot sa city center ay itong Nakamachi Catholic Church. 6 minutes lang ito from Nagasaki Station. Built in 1897 on the site of a former prison where Christians were once held, the church stands as a testament to resilience. Sa loob, merong beautiful stained glass windows crafted by Milano Grassi and sa labas, sa garden nito, may statues of the 16 martyrs including San Lorenzo Ruiz. Sa di kalayuan, makikita naman yung 26 Martyrs Museum and Monument on Nishizaka Hill. Itong site na to commemorates the 1597 execution of 26 Christians. Yung 26 martyrs ng Japan is a different group pa from the 16 martyrs. Overall kasi, merong 400 martyrs sa Japan na na-beatify, pero 42 lang doon so far yung nakakanonize as saints ng Vatican. Pero yung museum nila houses many historical documents and artifacts like the Maria Cannon statue and original letters from Saint Francis Xavier, offering deep insights into the history of Christianity dito sa Japan. Adjacent to the monument stands St. Philip's Church or Nishizaka Church, often referred to as Japan's mini Sagrada Familia kasi yung architecture niya reminiscent. Meron din itong twin towers na may colorful mosaics inspired by Gaudi. Sa loob, sa isang niche sa kanan, makikita mo rin yung bone relics of St. Paul Miki, St. James Kisai, and St. John de Goto. Also check out Ura Cathedral, Japan's oldest existing wooden Gothic-style church built in 1864 by French missionaries. Designated ito as a national treasure and renowned for the discovery of the flock, where yung mga Christians na natatakot sa persecution ay ni-reveal yung faith nila kay Father Petitjean. Meron din itong Christian Museum sa tabi na bisitahin nyo rin kapag may time. And sa katabi ng cathedral, makikita nyo naman yung Glover Garden. It's a hillside park offering panoramic views of Nagasaki Harbor. Dito rin nakatayo yung former residence ni Thomas B. Glover na oldest existing Western-style wooden house sa Japan. And pwede kang mag-ikot-ikot sa mga gardens dito. The site also features other Meiji-era Western residences providing a glimpse into the lives of foreign settlers who contributed to Japan's modernization. If you get hungry before or after your stop in Ura Cathedral, you can sample Nagasaki's local dishes at any of the dining establishments sa baba. For budget travelers, merong mga street food and small eateries dun sa Glover Street. Pero kung gusto mo ng proper lunch at a full-service restaurant, isa sa mga paborito ng mga turista ay yung in-house resto ng Ana Crown Plaza, Nagasaki Glover Hill, which specializes in a blend of Western-style cuisine and local Nagasaki dishes, including champon, toruko rice or turkey rice, and sara udon, crafted with locally sourced ingredients. To get to our next stop, since may dala tayong JR Kyushu Rail Pass, how about we level up our train game? Meet the 2 Stars 4047, a luxurious sightseeing train operated din by JR Kyushu. This handsome train can take you on a scenic journey between Nagasaki Station and Takeo Onsen Station na nasa Saga Prefecture na. Launched in September 2022, it provides travelers with an alternative to the high-speed Nishi-Kyushu Shinkansen na nag-showcase sa coastal beauty of Western Kyushu. Yung pangalan na 2 Stars 4047 symbolizes the connection between Saga and references the train models used. Renowned industrial designer A.G. Mitooka, known for his work on other JR Kyushu trains, crafted the train's elegant white and gold exterior and yung warm wood-accented interior nito. The train operates 2 distinct routes daily. Pag morning, from Takeo Onsen to Nagasaki via the Ariake Sea coastline. Paghapon naman, from Nagasaki Station to Takeo Onsen along Omura Bay. Meron itong 3 cars. Yung cars 1 and 3, nandun yung mga seats, reserved seating to lahat. Tapos, meron ding mga booth and sofa seats. Tapos, meron ding mga nakaharap sa windows. Yung car 2 naman, nandun yung Lounge 40. It's a communal space na merong bar na nag-offer ng snacks, drinks, and sweets, and souvenirs din. You can also indulge in regional delicacies such as bento boxes, and yung na-try namin, since hapon yung journey namin, is yung Nagasaki Soufflé. Additionally, the train offers cultural experiences. Dun sa ride namin, we got to sample various types of green tea produced in neighboring Ureshino in Saga. Pero hindi tayo magdidire-diretso sa Takeo Onsen na. Bababa tayo dito sa Haus den Bosch Station for a much-needed and much-deserved theme park stop. This is one of Japan's 3 largest theme parks by land area. Located ito sa Sasebo, sa Nagasaki Prefecture pa rin. This sprawling European-style wonderland is designed to look like a little piece of the Netherlands, complete with windmills, tulip fields, canals, and full-scale replicas ng mga Dutch buildings. Yung name na Haus den Bosch, hindi ko alam kung tama yung pronunciation ko, pero it means house in the forest, and it's modeled after a royal palace sa The Hague. But this isn't just some small replica village. Oh no! Sobrang laki nito. 152 hectares, and parang nasa European fairy tale. Tapos, pag umakyat ka dun sa tallest building nila na Domtoren, makikita mo yung extent ng boundaries nito. Sobrang lawak. Pero beyond the scenery, you'll find digital art museums, projection mapping shows, and theme park staples like giant Ferris wheel and multi-tier carousel. Meron din silang seasonal events like nung time na nagpunta kami, merong 1 Million Roses exhibit. Tapos, ayun, picture lang kami ng picture. You can explore by bike, by canal cruiser, or pwede ka rin maglakad-lakad na lang. And marami sa mga visitors, nagde-dress up sila in period costumes to match yung paligid. It's especially popular for families, couples, and even solo travelers looking for something unexpected pero very photogenic pa rin. Pero yung isa sa mga pinaka-highlights dito ay yung Shower of Lights, a nightly show featuring fireworks display exploding in sync with the musical fountain and illuminations. Nung time namin, yung live musical performance ay Firework ni Katy Perry. It is entirely possible to visit Haus den Bosch on a day trip. But to save yourself from the hassle of last trip schedules and travel times, we recommend na dito na lang kayo matulog on-site kasi marami namang hotel dito, tulad ng Hotel Okura JR Haus den Bosch, a luxurious resort hotel just next to the theme park. Hindi mo mamimiss to kasi bukod sa napaka eye-catching nung architecture na inspired by Amsterdam Central Station, ito rin kasi yung first structure na makikita mo kapag naglakad ka from the station. Yes, 5 minutes lang to from the train station and 2 minutes lang from the park entrance. Kaya naman sobrang convenient nito. Meron itong 320 rooms including both Japanese and Western style options.
Guys, ang ganda ng view sa room namin. Tara.
Tapos, meron silang Cotonoyu Bathhouse na may natural hot spring baths. Meron din convenience store, may bakery, free wifi throughout the property. Pero yung pinaka-highlight ng stay namin was yung breakfast buffet. Sobrang fiesta. Yung signature French toast nila, sobrang sarap. And yung omelette nila, na pwede kang pumili ng ingredients. Pero yung signature nila is yung merong mentaiko or pollock roe. And sobrang immaculate nung lasa. So, ayun, book kayo dito. Saga is perhaps the most underrated prefecture in northern Kyushu, which is a shame kasi ang daming makikita dito. Nitong huling trip namin, ang pinuntahan namin ay itong Arita Serra, a prominent open-air shopping complex composed of mga tindahan na nagbebenta ng Arita Yaki, Japan's first porcelain na pinoproduce sa region for over 400 years. Meron itong 22 specialty shops na nagbebenta ng iba-iba from everyday tableware to high-end art pieces na gawa sa Arita. Don't miss a chance to dine at Gallery Arita, a unique cafe and restaurant kung saan pwede kang pumili from over 2,500 na Arita Yaki porcelain cups. Tapos pag umorder ka ng coffee or tea, doon nila ilalagay. Yung menu nila also features a variety of local specialties including saga beef, Arita chicken, and godofu or yung traditional bean curd. Pwede rin kayong pumunta sa Takeo Onsen na nabisita namin sa trip namin dati. Dito, hot springs din yung pinaka-highlight. Pero yung pinaka-nagustuhan namin talaga ay yung time namin dito sa Mifuneyama Rakuen, a historic Japanese garden established in 1845 na nag-showcase ng blend ng natural landscapes and traditional design. Tulad ng Hagino Tea House and yung 500 Arhat statues nila. Pwede ka rin pumunta sa Ureshino, isa sa mga sinasabing birthplace ng Japanese green tea. This region boasts a vibrant tea culture with its rolling terraced fields perfectly suited for growing high-quality tea. And maraming mga tea samplers sa mga restaurants nila. After exploring Saga, make your way back to Hakata Station in Fukuoka to catch your flight. Or if you still have more time, try to squeeze in a stop at Team Lab Forest. This permanent exhibition offers a dynamic blend of interactive art, technology, and nature. Meron silang catching and collecting forest zone na parang kinakapture mo yung mga virtual animals for research tapos i-release mo rin sila. The exhibit evolves with the seasons, showcasing different flora and fauna throughout the year. Pero meron ding mga Team Lab staples dito tulad nung yung room kung saan pwede ka mag-drawing tapos yung drawing mo will come to life. Better yet, we highly encourage you to stay longer and explore Fukuoka City as well. Maraming mapupuntahan dito. Hindi na namin isa-isahin kasi marami na kaming videos about it before. So panoorin nyo na lang yon. And gagawa rin kami ng bagong video. So abangan nyo yan. Subscribe na lang kayo sa channel. Anyway, ang tanong, is JR Kyushu Rail Pass worth it? And ang sagot, yes na yes. The more destinations you visit, the more the JR Kyushu Rail Pass becomes valuable. Tingnan nyo itong breakdown ng cost na to for the sample 5-day itinerary. So kung wala kang pass, ang total na gagastusin mo sa trains pa lang ay 48,920. Pataas. Pero kung meron kang JR Kyushu Rail Pass na all Kyushu 5-day variant, nasa 24,000 yen lang yon. Tandaan na most of these journeys ay nasa non-reserved seat with the exception of Yufui no Mori, 2 stars 4047, and Asoboy kasi yung mga limited express trains na to, reserved seats lang yung meron doon. Pero dahil very in demand yon, we highly encourage you to secure a seat beforehand. Pwede kayo mag-reserve online or sa JR Kyushu counter. For only 1,500 yen na reservation fee per ride, you can make sure na makukuha mo yung seat na gusto mo. Sa Yufui no Mori, when traveling from Fukuoka to Yufuin, we suggest na kumuha kayo ng window seat na nasa right side para makatch nyo yung Gionotaki Falls after Amagase Station. Kasi kitang-kita yon from the train. Sa 2 stars 4047 naman, from Nagasaki to Haustenbosch, sit on the left side of the aisle para mas may view kayo ng dagat. For the sample budget, we've included the reservation fees in the computation. Pero kahit ganon, the total cost will be 28,500 yen lang, which is still above half of what you would spend on train fares and express fees without a pass. 20,420 yen yun, or around 8,000 pesos na difference. Ganon kalaki yung matitipid nyo kapag meron kayong Kyushu Rail Pass. Not only that, with this pass, adventure across all 7 prefectures becomes effortless and convenient. Over the course of 5 days, pwede kayong mag-hop on and off sa mga trains and itry nyo na mabisita as much as you can because this underrated region has all the right ingredients to be a tourism powerhouse someday. So plan a visit as soon as you can kasi it's only a matter of time before it becomes crazy popular. Again, for more information about JR Kyushu Rail Pass, visit this site. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our future videos. And remember, plan smart, travel safe, and make every trip worth it.